Hello. Welcome to 12:04 p.m. the 7th day of the new year. Welcome, folks. In the middle of a shootout, and as you might imagine, this is kind of an awkward place to start back up from an old writing session, so let's see. 6 men, 5 men, 6 men. Yeah. One of the riflemen. Hope that was the guy. Hope that was their squad leader. Dean muttered. It wasn't. Saw him and his men. His men kept up the fire. Rounds skirting about the roof that D was laying flat against. D then panicked, kept firing. His next burst caught Fez about, let's see, Amzol. I gotta make sure Amzol was that guy. Enzo Gunner. Cut Fez about Mias, about the chest. He was knocked back, sent sliding about the roof of the train car. He didn't lose his rifle. Managed to sit himself up. Closed billing. To fire off a few bursts from the hip. Though he wasn't aiming, his volleys almost caught D and grazed him about the right shoulder. He put another volley, burst through Fez, who fell backwards, who slumped backwards. One of the bullets having caught him right between the eyes. D reloaded. There were three enemy left up on that train roof. Two of the three. Enemy up on the roof. Three of them got in prone, while the fourth got in a kneeling position. Set up his three remained standing, while the fourth readied in a Zetin type M60, which he fired while it was on its tripod. He put a lot of fire in that guy's direction, catching and dropping one of the riflemen. Another of the riflemen, sending him tumbling off the train. He didn't know, but that was the squad leader, Sam Deca. The other two riflemen got down on one knee, squeezing off bursts. He rolled to his right, almost falling off the train for his trouble. A lot of gunfire chewed up where his body had been. Chewed up territory His body had been occupying only moments earlier. A lot of MG fire. A lot of tracers. Rounds darted the night air above D. He fired off a burst that caught the MG gunner and prone. His death. He slumped forward. The dead man, ends him slumped forward, and his death was not noticed by the two riflemen remaining. While both riflemen were reloading, he put burst through of them. One went screaming, one fell quietly and slumped off, rolled off the train. The other dropped backwards, rolled on his back, did a bit of crawling, then slumped limply. He put a few in him as he laid there, just in case, and reloaded. So far, so good. He muttered, reported the situation over the radio. Let's see. 6 dead terrorists so far. He reported. 6 is right. Check. The terrorists in the caboose and come out to play. He gave his superiors got permission to detach the car, which he did, climbing down to the connection between the caboose and the next train. Some barricaded passenger type car. He uncoupled the coupling and climbed up on the passenger car. The caboose was detached completely from the rest of the train, and it was soon far behind it. He came under fire on the passenger roof from his rear, from those caboose dwellers who realized too late that he had been what he had been up to. He found it hard to believe they'd think he'd just leave them alone in there, one way or the other. Say hi to the army for me. Say hi to my buddies on the ground. He cheered at the men of the caboose. He hoped backup would come and secure them soon. There was a lot of wilderness they could have retreated into. Now, terrorists in the wind. Nobody wanted any more extra terrorists in the wind. There were enough rampaging around the countryside. Okay, let's see where we are. We're on the damn caboose. D was soon D. What's the situation? Situation with our guy on the inside. D asked his superiors via the radio. Do I need via the radio? Like he's psychically talking to them? If he's psychically contacting them, we'll say as such. He's making a nuisance of himself, apparently. The superior replied. Meanwhile, on the train, Cola Zet and Tega his had ambushed 2 terrorist guards in their passenger car, ending up... Did I mention it was a passenger train earlier? Ending up liberating their train car in the process. Cole was sure there were more people, more guards in the area, but he breezed through the area, from cabin to cabin, finding nobody. Cola had shot down 1 guard. 1 shot his 10mm right to the back of the guy's head. Tega had fired 3 shots with his revolver into his guy right through the chest. It was about as loud a death. It was quite a loud death. But the guy got thrown to the ground, screaming, dying with his eyes wide open, and his fingers clutched around the speed loader. How many do you have? His fingers clutched around, fingers with his hands in a death grip around his big 9mm his compact blood chem type SMG. Grab his gun, Cola yelled. They're stealing the weapon from the guy he shot. Trying, but this dead guy has a good grip on him. Tega replied. Tega had to crack the guy's knuckles with the butt of his revolver to get him to release the gun. Tega wasn't sure why it worked. It wasn't like the dead man, felt pain, and that's why he released the gun. Cola had already charged off by then to check in the other cabins, finding no guards there. His last stop was at the bathroom. Which he opened and found nothing inside but unpleasant smell left behind by the last occupant about 5 minutes ago. Area clear, Cole muttered, getting back to Tega, who had finally armed himself. Search. We got it. Finally, from the door to the next car, toward the engine. The engine, not the caboose. A terrorist guard appeared wearing full body armor, including a mesh balaclava. Tega opened up. The two, Cola and Tega, were about 5 meters away. Both raised their weapon, then opened up. The terrorist struck repeatedly out his armored chest, and he was sent flying, and was knocked into the nearest wall, but not out the doorway, Tega switched to his revolver and squeezed off 3 shots, emptying it. All 3 rounds punched cleanly through the terrorist's armor, left a big, and blood sprayed the wall behind him. Bullets had gone neatly through him. With a final moan, terrorist fell to his knees, then sprawled out, hands over his head. Arms stretched out before his head. Gotcha. Tega cheered, or lowered his SMG. One of us better check the last car. Check the other door, Cola muttered. Moments after Cola got there, the doors opened, and another terrorist just walked in. This fellow was less armored, but still in military uniform. Cola wasn't sure if he was one of the earlier ones disguised as a passenger. Civilians on the car. Civilians. Let's check on ship. Disguise it. Sorry, I'm not coming up with much advice, folks. For some reason, that coffee and the other thing made a mess of my brain. I also smell really bad for some reason. I don't know why. My human disguise is finally decomposing. And soon I will cast it off and reveal my true form. Hopefully my true form still has 5 fingers and not like 5 fingers on each hand and not like lobster claws. It'd be very difficult to write a book with lobster claws. I'd have to get one of those speaking writer things, like where you say it and it types out on the page. I got one of those for my birthday a few years ago, but I haven't used it because I like typing more. I really truly do. Disguised as a passenger. Or if he was one of the fellows who rappelled down. Either way, Cola opened fire from the hip, directing his bullets toward the man's face. Balaclava-clad face. The balaclava concealed whatever disgusting wounds that volley of 9mm rounds create on the man's face. Were his eyes put out? Was his nose shot off? Cola didn't know. The blood and mask obscured all. And when Cola dragged him out of the doorway, his gray balaclava had been dyed mostly red. Got another one, Cola said. Great work, man. Tega replied. Tega was checking on Emga. Did I call her Egma? Like Enigma or something? I don't know. Egma, who had stuck back in the shadows. He slapped a captured 9mm or 10mm pistol in her hand. Cola supposed 9mm would be better for a novice like her. Novice, not novelist. Nudist. Oh. I should have made her a nudist. I need more nudists in my story. Actual nudists, not like people who are so absent-minded they forget to wear clothes. I keep forgetting if I said a character was like that in another story I'm working on. It's kind of... It doesn't really fit with later characterization, where she's kind of like, you know... I don't know if prudish is the right word, but doesn't go around naked, or half naked, or any sort of naked. So it would be inappropriate for her to forget to dress in public. Anyway. Let's see. Cola doubted pistol training was part of a librarian's training program. Whatever you called that. Cola kind of wished for a moment that the librarian personality was some kind of front. That Emga was actually some elite agent in disguise. Guys. Someone who knew how to handle themselves in a shootout. And the way Emga reacted to holding the gun, Cola knew this wasn't the case. She regarded the weapon, which looked absurdly large in her hand. Her little hands. Were her hands little? A girl with little hands, it's just so delightful. Every woman's hands is smaller by nature. I think I have small hands for a man. Yeah. I see some people with fingers that are like so long, and I wonder if long fingers like that are long spidery fingers like that are a hindrance or a positive thing, like when they type. I don't know. Don't they say a concert pianist should have like long fingers? Absurdly large in your little hand. Like it was some kind of unholy, slimy crab creature. He looked ready to throw it out the nearest window. None of which had been shot out in the course of the shooting. Killed both those guys right outside their car. Oh, did you look at the time? 24 minutes. Yeah. Guys, start tampering down a little on these things. Alright, so I'm gonna go for a whole hour. See you later, folks. Have a nice day.